Hey everybody, are you new to Notion? I once was too, and I found it super difficult and confusing. I created a template that I think you guys are going to find super easy to use. It's got lots of help with AI prompts that you can use and buttons, smart templates. So follow along and I'll show you what the template looks like. Okay, so here's the template. It's called Dream Build Do, and it's a life operating system, if you will. It keeps track of anything that you want it to, but specifically, it's designed so that you can keep track of any kind of dreams or actions or projects that you want to create. So, I'm going to start with kind of an overview. We've got links right here that you can use for easy access of going to whatever section that you want to go to. We've got the dream builder, the building blocks, and the action button right here that helps you quickly create a dream that you can link to different projects or milestones, actions, and you'd access that information right here. And then over here on this side, you've got a lot of quick links to kind of help you if you're struggling a little bit with your productivity. Um, Getting started, it really gives you a very detailed list of how to use the life planner, and you can read through that. The 1 minute reset is designed so that, if you kind of hit a roadblock and you're not sure what to do, you can just click this page very simply and go through some of the steps that will help you get back on track. And you can customize these, you can put whatever you want into it. But I find that having a template that gives a little bit of information to start, it just kind of scoots you along the way so that you don't have to start with a blank page. And then we've got the daily plan. And this section, once again, is totally customizable. But if you don't want to and you just want to get going, you can hit generate new plan, and it's going to open up a template every day that you can use. And you'll see here in just a second, when it loads, there's instructions for you to follow. That way, you don't have to leave Notion and go somewhere else on the web and try and search for how to do something. Right here, you'll see that you've got a morning journal. And when I say smart templates before, what I mean by that is every time you click that button, this template is going to pop up. And so you already have built into the template some of the productivity hacks that people use, for instance, starting the morning with what you're grateful for, your intentions for the day. And every day when you come to this, it's already there for you and you can fill it out. But it also is customizable. So let's say you want to change something. I'll show you how we're going to do that in further videos. And so, anyways, here are daily actions, routines, daily habits. You've got a custom built in habit tracker. And so every day you'll see the habits that you're working on and they'll show up right here. So you can click them on or click the button when you've completed them. Our next thing that we're going to look at is regain focus. And as you can see, they're already filled in with all different types of tricks that you can use to, just prompt you. What happens when you lose focus and what do you want to do to regain focus and keep working? So there's also an energy reset, and you can go through and figure out what you need to do maybe to get back on track. I know something that works really well for me is dancing to a song. And no, I'm not a good dancer, but nobody's looking, so that's okay. But, anyways, these are just different ideas that can help you. And let's see, mindset shift or mindset shift is another area that I think is super helpful. And this is going to let you use AI, which I think is such a good tool to help us with our mindset. Because up here, you'll see there's a list of questions, and you kind of go through and figure out if one of these questions pertains to, what might be going on in your mindset. And then you use these prompts, and then you paste the answers and the responses from AI. And then there's further prompts that help you kind of figure out, like, what can I do when I'm, you know, working under this mindset that maybe isn't helping me. So, anyways, these are all just quick link buttons that are here on the side. So, at any point during the day when you're working, you can just uh, come over here, tap on one of the buttons, and hopefully do a quick shift that keeps you working strong. There's also quick capture and idea capture. And so basically, what that is it's an attempt to um, give you a really quick one step, click a button, type your idea, and then you can go back to what you were trying to focus on. And so that's what these two buttons. And once again, I tried to include instructions how to use everything in here. There's actions that are due today. There's weekend review, monthly review pages that will help you, guide you through that process. And as you can see right here, we've got my dreams, my milestones, my blocks, actions, habits. So basically, what that is, it's going to keep track of, the dreams that you have for your life. Probably the reason you're trying to get organized is because you've got a big dream and you want to make it come true. Some people, though, don't actually have their dreams clarified. They might have kind of a vague idea, but they're not 100% sure how to make that dream come true. So that's where the dream builder comes in. So if we click this button here, we're going to start a new page that's called the new dream. And in it, you've got a step by step process or workflow that can get you started really thinking about what your dreams are and what you want to accomplish. So, in our first step, this is where we're going to discover your dream. And there's, let's see, 7 different um, toggles that you can click. And the first one, the future memory exercise, this gives you a step by step journal entry that you can, you know, start thinking about what's important to you. Step or this one, life Lego short, it gives you a whole bunch of different words. And, maybe you kind of have a vague idea what's important to you, but when you read the list and you pick 3, it really narrows down what is super important versus, yeah, I care about, but it's not rising to the top of the list. For me over here, this word always jumps out at me, adventure. So I would copy this word right here, and then I would just paste it down here into brick number 1. And you can go through and you can do as many or as few of these as you want. In this section right here, we're going to paste the answers from step 1. And we're going to copy all of that, put it into an AI generator, and it's going to give us back a more detailed dream. So we take that and we move on to step number 3 right here. And basically, after we use this full prompt in AI, it's going to break down our dream and into milestones, blocks, actions, and habits. And we'll take that and use it for step number 4. And so once we have that list generated from AI, we'll come back here and we'll start inputting them. So let's say AI recommended for adventure that I take a cruise, which I would love to do. That sounds like a lot of fun. So it's going to break down that cruise into different milestones that I'm going to have to do, like, for instance, researching the different cruise lines. And so once I have that information, I just click right here, and it's that simple. Just click a button, and now I've got a milestone that's been created. So I would just take this and type in research cruise cruise lines, and that's it. All done. We got the milestone, and it's going to work the same for each of these. So whether you have a block, an action, or a habit, any of the steps that you might need to fulfill that dream. And then step number 5 is where we change the name at the top of the page to reflect the dream that we just created. So up here, we would just type in have adventure, just like that. And so now if we go back to our main page, the dashboard, you'll see that once we've gone through this dream builder step, you now have a new dream that's been created, and it shows up right here, as well as any milestones, blocks, or actions. For instance, this is the milestone that we put down, researching the cruise lines. So now we've walked through the dream builder and how easy it is to input that information. Next, we're going to take a look at what all of these buttons are up here. And really, it's a navigation system so that you can navigate to specific areas of the template. And if you were to create a dream or a milestone or a block that you solely wanted to reference your business activities, you could create it right here. And then when you click on these links, it would show up in this business section. If you go back to the dashboard, you might be the kind of person that just wants everything on one page and you don't want it separated into those different areas. And that's totally fine too. You can just use this page and, definitely put whatever dreams or goals that you have here. So now, if we go a little bit further down the page, uh, all of your dreams that you put in any kind of area of your life, you can access from this button right here. And the reason why that is I find sometimes with Notion, you can create things and they get lost a little bit. At least for me, it does. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I don't even know where I am in some templates. And so I really wanted this to be very easy to find whatever you've done. And that's the purpose for all of these different links. So anything that you put as a building block or a project in any one of the areas would be able to show up right here. We also have a couple of extra features which I think are really valuable, and one of them is the Ask AI Vault. So it just gives you a place to save all of your different AI prompts that you're using and keep them organized by, what you're using them for. There's a library and notes hub, which you can keep track of, any kind of, resources or notes that you might want to take. And within each of these different categories or different sections, there's a whole list of sample AI questions that you might use that would help you. We also have this section right here, which is workflow. And I think it's really important to kind of standardize some of the things that you're doing. And so I tried to create a step-by-step guide, or a workflow and how they work together. And that's what this section is. And then lastly, we have our friction points. This is a log that you can keep if you find, as you're trying to uh, create your dreams and you're working through action steps, sometimes we hit friction in our lives. And, whether it's our mindset, our energy, or whatever it is, this is a log for you to keep track of that. And the great thing about it is once you've identified what the friction is, there are steps to be able to input that information into your favorite AI like ChatGPT and get some really, you know, strong solutions on how to fix it in that moment and keep track of all of this. So if it's a friction that you keep bumping into every day, or maybe you bump into it on Mondays, you're going to be able to keep track of the solutions that have worked for you and have that as a resource to really help you create some great action and make those dreams come true for you. So, anyways, that is an overview. There's also a time and energy audit that you can run. So, you can really be clear on aligning your energy with certain types of tasks. There are other different things that you can do in this. And right now, you're probably wondering where you can get a copy of this. So, if you go to Notion's template section and just type in Dream Build Do. It's free. I really want you guys to be able to use this, and hopefully it helps. And in upcoming videos, I'm going to go and get different templates. Let's say we're working on business. I'm going to go find templates. We're going to download them into this dashboard, and I'm going to work through just how you would link this new template that you're going to get to this dashboard and be able to keep track of everything. And we're going to do a video on each of these sections. For instance, with finance, we might go find a budget tracker. And there's so many great templates out there. I really think that it is depending on what you need Notion to do for you, whether you would want, something to go in your finances or not. For instance, a budget tracker. But a lot of times it can be super confusing when you get somebody's new template and you're not quite sure how it works or how to integrate it into the templates that you already have. So I hope you follow along. We're going to do that in upcoming videos. And also, I'm going to try at the end of every video to give a few minutes if you have any problems downloading this template, the Dream Build Do template. Just go ahead and reach out in the chat and let me know any problems that you're having. And I'll try to include that at the end of the videos so that there's a little bit of support. You also might be wondering, how do I change this? Let's say you, instead of marketing, you want something else. And so we'll be walking through those steps as well, how you can customize this so it 100% fits what you need it to do. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy the template. Have a good one.